2 pills were enough to get hooked. This 22-year-old we'll call Hussein says 4 years ago, his friend offered him a painkiller called tramadol to help him get through his exhausting days working as a blacksmith.
When I was taking drugs, I felt like I lost my mind. I was in another world. I could fly away from this life.
Instead, he sank into addiction. He says he spent money his family relied on in pursuit of his next high and almost overdosed on a number of occasions. He risked getting arrested. His friend and former dealer is now in prison. Hussein is now learning how to live without having to numb himself with painkillers. When we met him, he had been detoxing for 11 days at the Basra Rehabilitation Center for Drug Addiction.
Before I came to the clinic, I didn't feel anything. When I came here, I started to be more aware. It has made a big difference.
This is the only inpatient drug rehabilitation hospital in Basra. Methamphetamine and tramadol are the primary drugs of choice among addicts.
Unemployment, poverty, pressure and stress. Iraq exposed to occupation and during the time of the occupation there is many explosion, many people died.
Basra has the largest port in Iraq and is near the borders of Iran and Kuwait. It's become a marketplace for illegal drugs. In 2017, Iraq declared victory over the armed group ISIL, and a relative calm began to settle over the country. But since then, the drug problem has grown. The Basra Police Department says in the last 4 years, drug arrests and seizures have steadily increased. Yet one commander we spoke to says the drug unit lacks the resources and training to fully confront the problem. The unit doesn't have unmarked police vehicles, forcing undercover officers to take taxis. They don't have money to pay confidential informants. So the commander we spoke to says he often pays them out of his own pocket.
We're a simple society. We don't have public awareness about drugs, and suddenly drugs entered Iraq in a forceful way. We were unprepared to confront this.
Police in Basra recently launched a major drug operation with 4 southern provinces. There are also calls for the Iraqi government to launch a national anti-drug campaign and build more clinics for addicts so that young men like Hussein don't end up dead or in prison. Natasha, Ghoneim, Jazeera, Basra, Iraq.